Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to my... Hello, hello, hello. Hey, kitty girls. And welcome to RuPaul's Drag Race. Welcome to Ellen's stream. I haven't streamed in a while, so I figured let's do it and let's try something new that I haven't played before. Hello, Ray. It looks very sexy. I don't know, is this a very sexy game? I chose it because it has vampires in it, and also I live in New York, so both things very relevant to me. But yeah. Also, heads up, at some point, maybe my landlord is going to show up and fix a light. Perhaps. He was supposed to show up an hour and a half ago. So, we'll see. Gotta love it. Sorry if that happens. I think this is like a visual novel situation. I don't know. But again, looks very sexy. Are the how are the audio levels for everyone? Also, I'm about to take a little sneaky picture to post on Instagram. Will I do that, please? Tell me about the audio levels. Oh goodness. Don't need this to happen. Ah. Copy link. Okay, great. Everything sounds good. Let's rock and roll. Actually, I should introduce myself, shouldn't I? If you are somehow stumbling across this, my name is Ellen. What? David's laughing at me. My name is Ellen. I am not a gamer. I'm actually very bad at most games. What? But in between uploads, I like to spend an hour or so with folks, hanging out and playing mostly cozy games, visual novels, dating sims, simple stuff like that. You know, Space Jesus, I was going to return us to Slumsburg tonight, and then David was like, play something new. So, sorry to you, but we're playing something new. Lots of opportunities for fun voices in this one, I would imagine. Alright.
What, the same British voice? Over and over?
It is I, Julia.
New York?
Julia. Oh wait, technically we're in New York, so they should all be walking here. They should all be Italian American. Okay, let's see. Also, I'm sorry if this ends up being like very sexy. I have a feeling this might be very sexy. I don't know. We'll see. Welcome to my castle. Don't expect everyday logic to work here. It went out the window sometime after midnight, maybe earlier. My kingdom is not of this world, you see. It lies far outside of concrete, tangible reality. Oop, I think my landlord's here, like I warned you guys about. I've tried to identify the way people reach it, and I'm convinced it has something to do with the moon. Some say the moon's aura can turn them insane. You've heard the phrases moonstruck and lunatic. The way I see it, moonlight gives them subliminal permission to reveal their true selves. And so, is this offensive? Is what I'm doing right now offensive? I feel like the answer's yes, and I don't want to face that fact. and so, whenever they let the silver radiance guide them to the gates of this place, they feel different. Once they pass the doorstep, they're ready to act out. See, this is giving me sexy. I might get in trouble with YouTube for this. I don't know. Should I have, looked more into this before I went vampires in New York? Like me. And just turned it on? A dance of horrors and marvels begins. Hey, it's 3:38, 1 a.m. Welcome to Big Beat Burger. If you're here at this hour, you're not exactly readying up to be a productive member of society come tomorrow morning. More likely, you're praying that the sunrise never comes. I'm going the New York route now. Also, I might stop doing the voices while my landlord's here. It might be embarrassing. He might not want to renew our lease if he knows what I do on my Friday nights. Insatiable children of the night gather round, hoping to bask in the afterglow of tonight's victories, unwind after a frustrating series of failures, or simply fight to keep themselves together. You can't be H-word. Wait, what does H-word mean? Is that a slur? What does that mean? Anyways. I think it is just a McDonald's. It says Le Café on the sign in the corner over here. Le Café. And I feel like that is a play on the McCafe. Have you guys ever been to a McDonald's at 3:31 a.m.? Because I unfortunately have been. Oh, Ray, you absolutely can be horny in the Big Beat Burger. Meanwhile, I'm just sitting here, greedily reveling in every interaction they have. They have no idea. They are only here for my amusement. To them, I'm just a random girl. She's a girl. Wait, ooh, we're a woman. That's exciting. Sorry, the voice is so much funnier to me now that I know I'm a girl. One second, guys, we gotta be quiet. But this is my domain. I've been coming here almost every night for years. I know where to sit, where to look, and where to eavesdrop for maximum amusement. If that were the case, there would be a lot less people living in New York. that would greatly diminish the population of New York City. Ooh. See, now this is what I mean by kind of sexy. Basically a voyeur, and unashamed to admit it. It gave me insight about the human condition I never otherwise have gathered. More importantly, a necessary skill set to make ends meet as a journalist. And a journalist. Hold on, I'm getting messages from... Sorry. I got a message from my little brother who is an RA. And he had to give some presentation to his residents today. And he got an email from one of his residents being like, I think you did a great job. I know it can be hard to speak in front of a silent audience, but I got valuable information from this residents meeting. And we both think that's very cute. Okay. As I write on my crappy old laptop, patiently waiting for the legion of negative voices in my head to get too tired to offer useless feedback, I keep my senses peeled to pick up stories around me. Of course, a lot of regular events such as food fights are nothing to write home about, aside from my unfortunate tendency to become collateral damage in someone else's battles. He's such an RA, Ray. It's so embarrassing. My brother does deserve better. But he also needs free housing. Up to this day, I've had to wash my clothes because of Coke, Diet Coke. Okay, you can just say Coke. You don't have to say Coke, Diet Coke. Hot coffee, apple pie, and some sort of improvised honey mustard bomb. Every stain tells a different story. I'm trying to channel like a Carmilla Soprano. now that I know I'm a girl, which I guess I should have known because my name was, what did it say my name was when we were looking at the save files? Julia or something? Was it Julia? Anyways. Sometimes this hobby is exhausting. Sometimes it's disturbing. Sometimes it's dangerous, although not as risky as back when I wasn't carrying pepper spray. Still, the sights I've taken in over the years here have made it absolutely worth it. I've got so many stories, I don't even know where to begin. Sarsaparilla? Julia. Wait, am I giving sarsaparilla? I'm trying to give a little ba-boom. Ba-bing, ba-boom. I'm walking here. Not sarsaparilla. I'll give someone a southern accent. You know I love pulling out the southern accent. Theatrical breakups, impromptu morning parties, unexpected friendships forged in the fires of senseless battle. Givenchy? I'm not rich enough to know how to pronounce this. A lady in a gorgeous Da Vinci dress, ordering a box of takeout chicken nuggets, paying in cash with her hands completely covered in blood. She was asked if she wants a napkin. She said no. Is sarsaparilla a common name in Staten Island? I did not know that. Revoke my New York card. Well, Staten Island is... We don't know. Does Staten Island count? Oh. Ooh, too thirsty macho dude shamelessly going for it in the corner. Ooh. Hushed moaning filling the lobby while everyone around valiantly fights to act. This is what a New York McDonald's is like. Valiantly fights to act as usual and maintain an illusion of normalcy. David is preoccupied with the landlord right now. So, you're out of luck. A straight-up kung fu fight between a diminutive cashier and some drugged bodybuilder going through a psychotic episode, trying to break all the windows. The big guy left... The big guy left the joint fully convinced he KO'd himself, while the service worker was just standing next to him. Seemed proud of his victory, too. Ooh. Got this on mobile. Wait, so is this like a choose your own adventure? Do I get Night Road? I mean, it's a choose your own adventure in that it is a virtual novel. But I guess there's like paths. Well, duh. Obviously. There are paths. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, we can read this one, right? We can read this. I'll give you all 30 seconds to read this. Okay, great. A masked couple robbing the restaurant of 30 burgers. 30 burgers. 30 burgers. 30 hamburgers. Forcing the employees to cook at gunpoint. Police later said those were art students reenacting some hipster book they read. The term hipster is a bit dated. Oh, yeah, I was thinking the boxed text wasn't the best to be heard saying in a stereotypical New York accent out loud. This is life. Say lovey. This is humanity at its worst and at its best. This is the noise that serves as a fountain of my creativity. This is the soma that keeps me going. This is... Is this me? Wait, you guys can't see. Oh, no. Oh, she's the art student. Wait, I know so many... I know so many bitches who look just like this. Hold on. You need to get a good look at her. Oh, no. How do can I move myself? Oh, gosh. But see, if I say screen only, it goes to this. And that's not what I want. Oh, how do I move myself? Oh, no. You guys need to be able to see her. Did that do anything? No. I don't know. I don't know how to make it so you can see her. Okay. Here. This is her. I know, like, a 30 of this person. I'm so sorry. I don't know how to make it so you guys can see her. Is that not Julia? I would love to play what are their names? Thénardier. I want to be one of the Thénardiers so bad in a show. But unfortunately, Les Mis is very expensive to get the rights to, so the likelihood of that ever happening is very slim. Okay. Julia. As pathetic as it may sound, these days, this is the only place where I feel alive. Sometimes I think of myself as a leech, feeding on these people's stories, emotions, and personalities, just because I'm not satisfied with mine. At times, I think of my psyche as some kind of shitty postmodern construct that is fundamentally incapable of honesty, but only yearns for something felt and truthful. Does this even make any sense? I look at my screen. The screen of my laptop. 3:47 a.m. Somnambulic. At this point, I'm almost somnambulic. Anyone know what that means? Because I don't. But nothing interesting has happened yet. Feels like all the customers are watching each other tonight, hoping for the others to provide a fun diversion. This is my turf, you parasitic douchebags. Next time, go find your own. Think it's time to call it a night. The coffee I always order so that they don't kick me out is undrinkable. Ugh. I reread the rough draft of what I've been working on for the last 6 hours. Yeah, I think this is Julia. I don't know how to move my face. I want you guys to be able to see the people. Wait. What did you say, Ray? You should be able to make the game... I don't know. Hold the backspace button till the Google Documents page is nothing but a calm white slate, and let out a deep sigh of relief. There's no pleasure more intoxicating for a frustrated writer than ragging on someone who even worse than them. And what target is easier than the dumb bitch you used to be 10 minutes ago? I checked the time again. I gotta go. I have an important meeting tomorrow at 10 a.m. and I have a hunch it's not going to end well. And it's not because I'm an irresponsible dumbass who's going to need a few cups of coffee to simply function on a basic level despite like 4 hours of sleep. It's because I always have a hunch things are not going to go the way they're supposed to. Click, clack, click, clack. Oh, she's an office. Oh, wait, she's a journalist. Right. So Julia's not a vampire then, because she's like, she has a meeting at 10 a.m. The loud clatter of keyboards assaults me from all sides, making the splitting headache unbearable. Unfreaking bearable. Used to be, I dreamed of nothing else but being a part of the New York Lodestar editorial team. It was the first magazine I started reading regularly. The first magazine I ever bought for myself. I know, I see them. Immersive. Now, simply hearing the word Lodestar is enough to ruin my mood. Never mind seeing all these old farts phoning in more reactionary opinion columns and Wikipedia-level analysis of current events. Click, clack, click, 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 click. Click, clack, click, clack. They used to destroy and rebuild my entire worldview every month. They shaped my thinking about politics, art, journalism. They even pointed me towards my favorite cigarette brand. Cigarette. My favorite cigarette brand, for God's sake. Cigarette. Then, some talented people started leaving for greener pastures. Some got too wrapped up in their own neuroses. Some became complacent. All of them committed the sin of allowing themselves to grow older. Fresh blood was deemed unnecessary, even though young freelancers kept being bled dry. These days, whenever someone from outside Lodestar talks about Lodestar, it's because of a few idealistic contributors, willing to accept meager pay while putting in serious work. Dumbasses. Other than that, the magazine specializes in publishing pale echoes of provocative ideas I heard somewhere else a few years ago, wrapped in an aesthetic that hasn't been cutting edge for decades. No wonder the readership is in free fall. But even though the ship is sinking, the old god won't let it go down without a fight. As in, if anyone from the outside attempts to board the vessel in hopes of fixing its course or its holes, they will be swiftly taken care of. I should know, been there, done that. Is this? Oh. A dictionary. Sorry. I got curious. How do I exit the dictionary? Oh, back. What's this? Julius traits. Okay. How do I save? As it stands, the only full-time staff member who doesn't make me regularly attempt to cringe my face off with his writing. Oh, Brian. What does Brian sound like? I'm thinking like he's kind of timid. Right? He's got some kids at home. Oh, jeez. Does anyone know how to pronounce that last name? I know it's really bad that I don't know how to, but I don't want to butcher it, because that's even worse. Is it Nyo? I think it might be Nyo. Oh, goodness. Hold on. I don't want to continue until I learn how to pronounce this name. Okay, the internet says it's pronounced ing. So I'm going to go with that. If that's wrong, I'm very sorry. Okay. It's Lodestar's editor-in-chief, Brian Ing, the man sitting in front of me right now. Of course, he only has time for editorials these days, a drop in the sea of needs. Managerial duties hit him hard. It's the second time he let out a theatrical cough like this. He said his piece, now it's up for me to react, and I'm coming up blank. But what do you want me to say, Brian? I'm pissed off. I can tell you've already made up your mind, but you still want to go through the motions, just to make me feel listened to. Whatever. Let's do this. Ooh. Choices. I'm making a... Is the guy guilty of major fraud? Is he a sexual harasser? Or is Brian protecting a complete POS? I'm gonna say fraud. Brian, my article isn't even something like lashing out at the rich and hoping they don't hit back. I think Double Spiral's investors would appreciate being told they're being scammed. That's if, and that's a big if, they're not a conscious part of the scam. Oh, come on. And even if they weren't, I doubt they'd be generous enough to protect us from the fallout. You're avoiding the core of the issue. No, I believe I pinpointed it in a precise way. If it were up to me, I'd greenlight the article here and now, and we wouldn't be having this conversation. But you're killing the article just because some rich shithead told you he doesn't like it. Get real. Get real. Maybe this voice isn't right for Brian. I don't think someone who talks like this would say, get real. Get real. This is not about some millionaire jerk calling me to make an offer I can't refuse. What's this about then? Because it looks an awful lot like it's about my it's about my bosses telling me this outlet can't afford the legal action we have already been threatened with. So, millionaire interference. Oh, for crying out loud, Julia. Don't make me treat you like a child. You know how this works. I publish your story. It's Till versus Gawker all over again. A lawsuit here, a lawsuit there, until we're bled dry. Bled dry like vampires. That's a foreshadowing. I have a mortgage. I have 3 mouths waiting to be fed at home. I have an amazing team that doesn't deserve to be torn apart over some... Don't you think it's telling you mentioned your mortgage first? Julia? I know exactly who she is. They're everyone I'm friends with. Silence. Just asking questions. I know better than to get into these empty semantic arguments with you, Miss Sowinski. You're good at them. The problem is, you're still not good enough. Meaning, you're too in love with weaving a good story and establishing a seductive narrative to let facts get in the way. Suades or sudes? You've got enough born suades? A sude's like pseudoscience. I think it's like pseudoscience. You've got enough born sudes with no principles on board these days. They always give you facts because that's all they can do. I'm using facts as a way to approach some kind of truth. Except these facts can blindside you, and Double Spiral has enough facts to water down your story to the point where it makes no sense to publish it. Their HR and PR are working overtime to deliver a convincing counter-narrative, and they're doing a great job. Won't mitigate the damage completely, but will put every little thing in question. Oh. Jesse Montgomery is a racist, a fraud, a sexual predator, and a downright satanic. YouTube's gonna get mad at me if I say that word. Julia. Let me say it again. Jesse Montgomery is a racist, a fraud, a sexual predator, and a downright satanic. Do you personally believe it or not? This is not. You've listened to the tapes, you've read the transcripts, you've seen the documents, you've got the files. I'm asking for your personal opinion. Do you believe it or not? Brian, I thought we liked Brian, but now he's acting kind of shady. Click, clack, click, clack. Of course I do, but that's beside the point. It's not. Look, how about I just say it out loud and save us both some time? Why not having this conversation because there's an actual conversation to be had? You set up this meeting knowing very damn well there is only one way it's going to end. You've got a mortgage and 3 mouths to feed. You prioritize the well-being of your direct surroundings over some nebulous concept of greater good. I get it. I really do. Yet for some reason, it seems like you're only prolonging this conversation and rationalizing your decision so that I forgive you? Officially exonerate you? Ooh, Julia, spicy. I'm not the bad guy here, Julia. Ooh. Yes, you are. I wouldn't say you are. So what are you? I'm gonna go. So what are you is the sassiest answer. So I'm gonna go for that one. What are you then, in your own words? A man who does what is necessary to protect his own. So I don't count as your own anymore. He mutters something under his breath, ending in a self-pitying chuckle. I don't know if you'd even want to work under a scumbag like me from now on. Oh, come on, don't turn this into a pity party. No, absolutely. I'm a scumbag. And why's that? Because I'm firing you. Brian! 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 He can't do that. We liked him. My thoughts are scrambled. Yeah, my thoughts are scrambled too, Julia. What the hell? Whew. Whew. We've all had these moments. For a moment, the state of my bank account displays before my eyes with startling clarity. What was that voice I just did? That was crazy. Yeah, we've been there. A howling void opens in my chest and starts traveling towards my stomach. No, don't panic yet, you idiot. Get more information. Now. There must be a catch. And what about my work? You're joking. Is this final? I don't know which one to... This one I'm... Ooh, I bet Brian... This is my theory. Brian is going to have us do secret investigative journalism under the Lodestar... outside of the Lodestar ecosystem, so we can act freely. So I'm going to say, and what about my work? Let me get this straight. Ever since we met, I've been working on stories and pieces no one else in your office would touch with a 10-foot pole. Constantly interviewing total nobodies. Always busy traveling to the middle of nowhere or regretting my last trip. Repeatedly ordered to clean up somebody else's mess. Julia. All your long-winded spiels about how the disposable work is the most important work, and suddenly you only remember the disposable part. My feelings about the quality of your work remain the same as ever. It was vital. It kept the magazine going. I will always appreciate it. Then why would you threaten to fire me? I would never threaten you. It's a done deal. They've made their decision pretty clear. They? What they? Who is this they? He glances, left then right, and then points upward for a short moment. When he speaks up again, it's in a hushed voice. You know, the big kahunas. Can't really question them. And they wanted your head on a silver platter. He's not looking me in the eye. You're not joking. I would never joke about stuff like this. It's real. Effing hell. It's real. Ah, oh, damn it, all to hell. All these years, all this grind, all my plans, and for what? And for what, asshole, you know I deserve better, and I always deserved better, and it always ends up with me going down the drain to the sewers. No. Take a few deep breaths. Don't lose the plot now. Keep yourself together, you idiot. The moment you show weakness, they go for the throat. Get back in control. You can't do this. I wish I didn't have to, but it's a lost cause. No, I mean it's impossible. Julia. You can't fire someone who's never been hired in the first place. Takes him a few seconds to put on his, oh, I get it face. Let out a troubled and start massaging his temples. Ugh. Lodestar has been my biggest source of income for the past few years, that much is true, but technically nobody has ever hired me here. It was all freelance jobs. A full-time position only served as a kind of dangling carrot, a promise of a decent pay grade, career perspectives, maybe even some kind of insurance to save my failing health. Oh, so she's sick. And the recognition I would get for being a part of the Lodestar team, a position that everyone around me seems to respect, aside from me. Then why did I want it so much? There will be time to mourn what could have been. For now, I should act like I don't care. You know what I mean. If I let you work, even under a fake name, it would be the guillotine for me. This is ridiculous. You know I'm going to start shopping this story around the second I leave this room, don't you? Course, I know, I told him. Any response? Let us worry about that. Well, that doesn't sound ominous at all. Click, clack, click, 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 click. I do wonder if I could get accustomed to one of these loud mechanical keyboards that some people here love to use. Whenever I did work in here, I was still expected to bring my own crappy laptop and sit closer to the lobby. Always on the outside, no matter how hard I try to break in. A vibration in my back pocket. Feels like a bad omen. I decided to ignore it for now. I've been working on this effing story for, I don't know how long, 16 months on and off. I know. You kept cheering me on. I know. We even agreed on the pay I'd receive. I know. I'm 2 months behind on my rent. No, wait. 2.5. I catch him off guard. He is momentarily taken back, and then gives me an empathetic stare. Don't you look at me this way. You don't have the right. I didn't know. Well, now you do. Look, if there's anything I could do to help... If you can't tell your big kahunas to F off, I don't think there's a single thing. What? The big kahunas? Julia. I pull out a smoke and light it up. Gotta get back in control. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. There's a smoke detector here. No worries. Nick turned it off a few weeks ago. Probably the most creative thing he's done in the past 5 years. Good old Nick. The perfect 21st century cinema reviewer. Never has an original thought of his own. Just relies on his purely algorithmic taste to stay likable. And the best thing is, it works. Funny. I used to dream about this job. It was Brian who killed this dream, making me realize Nick won't be unseated anytime soon, and offered to teach me the ways of an investigative journalist instead. Wasn't the career I wanted to pursue, but to my dismay, I turned out to be surprisingly good at it, until this Montgomery thing happened. Serves me right. Lesson learned. Should have pursued my dreams instead. Stop it. Nicholas is a good friend. Respect a critic. Member of my team. And put out that smoke. People tell me I let you step all over me. Why do I even let you act this way? Because you once told me honesty is most important in a mentor-student relationship, and that it works both ways, and because I thought we were friends. He bites his lip and stares sideways to avoid my eyes. At the end of the day, bosses aren't friends. Must have been a terrible mentor if I didn't teach you that. Could have been better. You are still responsible for me, or nothing. Oh no, you are not getting off the hook that easily. You're still my mentor, and I will make sure you take responsibility. You're getting rid of me, at least point me in the right direction. I need to get my shit together, fast, and I can't do it on my own. Fair. I might have failed as a guide, but I'll do what I can not to leave you stranded, okay? There are options, none of them are a remedy for all your troubles, but... Ugh, wait a second. Another vibration in my pocket, another foreboding feeling. This time, I reluctantly take the smartphone out of my pocket. If it has to rain, why not let it pour? A new email. It's a lengthy one, and the sender, speak of the devil. No, this can't be. Christ. I just got an email from Mila Lopez. She claims she's just been laid off from Double Spiral, same as Mike Antonoff and Jared Rivera. What? What happened? I'll spare you all her insults, okay? The key thing is, it seems their HR knows all the confidential information about my journalistic investigation and used it to shut everyone's mouth. Hell, apparently Montgomery walked up to Lopez as she was emptying her desk and told her to thank me for being a, quote, dumb and careless, not gonna say that word. Brian goes pale. I think he has a very good reason to. You effing scumbag. You outed my sources? Well, of course not. What are you even saying? Oh, don't you dare play coy. It must have been either you or me. No one else. And you know the way I work. My investigation is basically untraceable, both on and offline. Carefully picked meeting spots, encryption upon encryption, every direct quote rewritten 5 times, just in case. All sorts of red herrings scattered around. I know my shit. You know I do. And this timing? Did you just pass a flash drive to your beloved Big Kahunas during a meeting as a sign of goodwill? Look, I get you're upset. Why don't we just talk about this calmly? Fury takes the wheel, and I'm just here along for the ride. I can't do anything about it. In a deranged way, realizing you're just a passenger in your own body feels liberating. Let's just see it all unfold. Calmly, F you, Brian. Julia. I've been paranoid for months and months, acting like everyone I didn't know was an assassin or a corporate spy. I know I had it messed up, not in a way that would implicate all of them. You goddamn, you thought you could get away with this. I haven't done anything improper. Don't push the blame on me. We hate Brian. All my homies hate Brian. So what? You're claiming it's my fault because you're never the guilty one? It's always the bosses, the economy, the obligations, and now me? You're being silly. Quit with this martyr bullshit. Calm down or I'll have to... You immoral shithead. You mother effin'... Calm down, for God's sake. And so it goes. I yell out a lot of words I wanted to say for a long time, but held back. I fling a lot of insults I've been workshopping for years, hoping I'd never use them. I break a few things. At times, for a split second, I see pity in somebody's eyes. It's gonna haunt me for a long time, but in the heat of the moment, I don't care. These people know this company has nothing left to offer me, so at least let me take this catharsis. In the end, a security guard has to escort me out of the building, and that's the end of my journalistic career. Feels like my whole world has crumbled into nothing. Ooh, Dakota. Hi.
Is it good? Is it interesting? Are you a vampire?
I don't know. I don't think I'm
Are there any vampires?
Not yet. Dakota might be a vampire. I'm not sure.
So far there's no vampires.
Dakota can be southern. I mean, you have every right to. Like, Jesus, if I were you, I would have already broken down into a sobbing mess. I'd love to, but I'm on a subway, far too proud to cry in public, even now, and it's stupid, but I feel like someone out there keeps destroying everything I hold dear, just to see my reaction, like it was a prank show and someone was waiting to record me crying. So out of sheer spite, I'm doing my best not to cry. F you, whoever and wherever you are. Why, that's the most Julia Sawinski thing I've ever heard. Spite is the greatest motivator, huh? Not feeling particularly motivated to do anything right now, to be honest. I just want to stay in my bed until my shithead landlord calls the cops to forcefully evict me. Not surprised. Shit. I know that whenever life decides to F you over, it's always one thing after another, but this is too much. How much is too much? Let's recap this last week of June 2019. I've been kicked out of my job. Well, not that I've ever been hired, so let's just say my mentor broke every vague promise he ever made to me. A big thing I'd been working on for a year and a half went down the toilet. It's all useless. My boss didn't protect my sources properly, and now they keep trying to reach me through every possible channel to threaten me or just yell at me, and they have every right to react like that. All of my side gigs were shut down. Nobody's replying to my emails. Someone's been dragging my name through the mud behind the scenes, and it worked. I still have no idea who's sending these shitty messages around. I've been asking, but listen, don't you worry about it. I'm not going to stand out of the bar and watch you get canceled by some mean, I know what it's like to be canceled, by some mean, spirited, delusional, right, Ray? I said, don't worry about it. I have 3 unread messages from my landlord. The message previews are stressful enough. A call from Chicago. Apparently Dad has bladder cancer. Mom is in hysterics. She'd go crazy if she heard about my situation, so I have to pretend everything is okay whenever she calls. And she calls every day. And she won't hang up before she offloads all of her burdens on me. And I can't blame her because we all had to learn to cope with Dad's psychopathic tendencies somehow. I was robbed. All my documents and what little money I had, gone. Don't even know when or where it happened, and it's driving me crazy because I'm always extremely wary of pickpockets. The list goes on. I don't want to sound paranoid, but it really feels like a concerted attack. Paranoid is good. Anyway, I know you always hand-wave this topic away, but just remember, if anything, just remember, that if anything happens, my place is your place. You don't have to get through it alone. I do. I've been a trouble magnet, and as self-centered as I may be, I don't want it to affect you. I know. Listen, I have another call. All right. All right. Just call me if anything happens, no matter how dumb it seems, okay? Swing by whenever you can. I will. Thank you. See ya. Put my phone away, exhale, and blankly stare in front of me. Christ. I glance at my reflection in the window. Just look at this idiot. Whenever the situation requires me to dress formally, I still feel like a child cosplaying as an adult. Should have just followed the dress for the job you want advice and continued dressing up like a trust fund kid who keeps partying on Brooklyn rooftops for years without a care in the world. It's only after a while that I realize the car's empty. Unnaturally so. I start feeling uneasy, but someone enters my peripheral vision. Oh! That's the last thing I consciously register. The world dissolves. So we know how I saved this game. Oh, I have a gun. A faint silhouette at my feet. It's not moving. Somebody stands in front of me, covered in shadows. I can't fully make out her face, but she's staring at me with visible intent. She speaks. Her voice is raspy and androgynous. Her tone, hateful and mocking. Okay, so we don't know. Is it a she? Aren't you a nasty one? What's going on? Who are you? Don't play coy. My mind goes blank. I look at the ground. There is a body riddled with bullet holes, and I recognize who it was. The corpse belongs to Mike Antonoff, one of the double spiral whistleblowers. My source. He was just threatening to get back at me a few hours ago. Before I can feel even the tiniest bit of compassion, I face a terrible realization. They will think I'm guilty. Oh my god. Am I guilty? How is this real? How do I save? Hold on. Because I want to save. I think it automatically saves. You've done something to me, haven't you? Back in the subway. That was you, wasn't it? A man is bleeding at your feet and you're turning this around me somehow. I haven't done anything to him. Again, don't play coy. You knew him. He was mad at you. You started telling him sob stories about your situation. He wasn't having none of it. You got mad. Things escalated. He died. This isn't true. It's plausible, but that doesn't make it true. Or does it? This is just a nightmare. It doesn't even make sense. It must be a dream. And if it isn't, the person in front of me must be responsible. There's a faint voice in my head screaming that it's her world and I'm just living in it. What the F have you done to me? Nothing yet, but I'll do what I can to get you locked up for life. This is a murder in the first degree with special circumstances. Blah, 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 blah. This isn't real. Before I even managed to think this through, I pointed the gun at her. If I did murder him, you wouldn't be acting like that. You wouldn't be standing in front of me. You'd be running away, calling the police, begging for help, yelling that I'm a psycho. Oh, you are a psycho, but I'm not a coward. I won't let you walk out of here alive. This doesn't make a single lick of sense. Tears well up in my eyes. Why are you doing this? Because sometimes one has to confront what they're really made of. There's no two ways about it. She's got to be nuts. Slowly but surely, she starts walking towards me. Stop right there, or I'll shoot. Go on. It's the only way you can get off the hook, isn't it? The only way you can survive. But you will definitely prove you are the monster I claim you are. What the F is this tone? So controlling, inauthentic, patronizing. I'm serious. For your own sake, you'd better be. She keeps getting closer. Maybe I did kill Antonoff. Maybe I don't deserve to live. Maybe it's less tiring not to live. Maybe I should just let her take care of me. Maybe I will just wake up. Or maybe this insane reality needs to be rejected as violently as possible. Maybe a world that wants to destroy me deserves to be destroyed. She's right in front of me. It's now or never. Yeah, I'll shoot her. I close my eyes and pull the trigger. A loud bang echoes through the alley. I'm afraid to look at what I've done. I've been to a shooting range once and felt absolutely horrified by pistols. Such a small thing, but it can easily puncture a hole in the fabric reality is made of. Never knew I'd be able to use one against another human being. The very thought makes me want to puke. You were a right choice after all. I'm so glad. You haven't allowed yourself to break, but you've crossed the line I needed you to cross. There's a silent flame in you that could become an inferno if left unchecked. I sure hope it will. She's still alive. Her voice is coming from behind me. She puts her hand around my waist and her cold mouth touches my neck. I can feel my shirt getting violently torn off. Ooh! Ooh! I don't understand, but I'm too dazed to protest. I knew this would be sexy. That was your final test. Congratulations. You have proven yourself worthy. I can feel something sharp sliding into my neck. It's not too painful, just startling. Think, a doctor pushing a needle into your vein without proper warning. Then it hits me. Pure bliss. The dopamine receptors I've considered completely fried until now suddenly recover and start bombarding me with pleasure I have never known before. I finally let the tears go. They come flooding. They've been waiting for years. It's such a relief. Is it raining? I feel like I'm in the middle of a deluge, at least. Washing away all my fears, all my sorrows, all my anger, all my pain, all my ego. I become one with the world and the woman behind me. She's holding me tight, making me feel like the only important thing in this world. Everything else blurs. I feel something intense towards her, something I've never felt before. Is this love? I hope it is. This is not you. This is a familiar, cynical voice in the back of my head. But it's okay. I never felt particularly fond of me anyway. New York, you're perfect. Oh, please don't change a thing. True. True. He who laughs in the shadows always has the last laugh. Damn. 1 second of vampire smooches and you're all poetic. Hallelujah, praise be. When everything is cliche, nothing is. Isn't that the ever-distant utopia I've been chasing all along? People on the other trains, I hope you're doing fine. God, shut up. Just enjoy it. You finally understand. Oh. She's making love to me. She's giving birth to me. She's burying me. Oh. Pretty sure I've been dead for a while. I'm pretty sure I've been dead for a while. Pretty sure I could stare at my own corpse in her hands from a distance, for a moment, somehow. And then I'm alive again. She lifts her mouth from my neck. No, wait. I taste my blood in my mouth. Was I drinking her blood too? No, I taste the blood in my mouth. I realize that whatever this was, it's over, and I have to bask in the afterglow while I still can. I also immediately understand that I'm going to chase this fleeting feeling for the rest of my existence. Oh, it's like a drug metaphor. Finally, she lets out a whisper, which concludes this ceremony. Now, what happens next, don't forget. You are a monster. But you are lucky to be born in a world of monsters, so don't you ever mourn that fact. Embrace it. All right. And that's, I guess, chapter 1 of Vampire the Masquerade Shadows of New York. Like I suspected, very sexy, very vampire-y, very New York-y. If you somehow stumbled upon the stream and you liked it, why not give me a little subscribe subscribe, give me a subscribe. Why not click that subscribe button? I typically post videos once a month talking about different media and how that media relates to our real world. For the month of September, I'm working on a video about different depictions of the afterlife, heaven, hell, whatever it may be, in different media. I think it's going to be a really interesting one. And yeah, thanks for watching, and look forward to my next video. I think the last video I put out was about why we're drawn to shitty movies, things like The Room, or Birdemic, what the appeal of those are. So if you wanted to see that, go ahead, check it out. It's on my on the chan. And yeah, thank you all for tuning in and trying something new. All right, have a good night. Bye.